Hi everyone, welcome to the morning edition of Tea Time, where we bring you the best in the world of entertainment. This morning is going to be an interview with a major actor, and we'll be telling you who that is soon enough. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo, and I'm here with the regulars, Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. Hi guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, did you get up to anything last night?
I get up to sleeping.
8 hours or 9 hours?
So you were still slaying by 9:33. Tell us about that.
No, my makeup was just there. Like, it was like...
And you were still dressed, fully dressed. Did you go out?
I just got home.
At 9:33.
And I looked at the mirror.
But you left work before me yesterday.
Why is Ife harassing you this early morning?
No, because she put it out there. She was like still slaying at 9:33 p.m. And I'm like...
But she's a slayer though. She slays all the time.
Okay, super duper slayer.
Exactly. You know the word. You know how it goes.
About Nipsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
talk about
yesterday
that.
we were talking about it and I was just there looking. Maybe because I didn't have the time to read through his life and all that, but I think my heart felt wishes goes to Lauren London, and he's just a young man doing a lot for his community that was cut short. So that's quite sad, and I want to say rest in peace again.
Yeah, but what's even sadder is the fact that there's the latest development is that
at his memorial.
Yes, at his memorial. I'm like, there was even violence there as well. So it's like they don't even want him to rest in
19
peace.
people were injured. One person was
Yes,
stabbed.
it's just
And
like, it's just crazy.
I think there's just more to this story.
There
than
is
we
more to
know
the story.
about.
Because
Of course, it's all
they
going to
said
come
there was
out
an
eventually.
altercation between him and the suspect.
Okay.
That same afternoon, he was shot. Then he returned, and then he shot him point blank. And
some
two
people
were
are
injured.
linking it to the documentary he said he was going to do on one.
No,
Yes,
it was
yes, I
supposed to
heard that
meet
as well.
with the LAPD officials and all of that to cop gang violence
in the area.
Los Angeles.
Yeah,
So-
and then in that,
but
by
it's
doing
not
so-
linked to that. They're saying it's more
It's just
personal
different
than
theories
gang related now, because he actually walked the suspect out of the store earlier in the day before he shot. So it's more of a personal
But the thing
thing.
is, we don't fully know, because
thinking
it's
about
all
his tweets,
theories.
if you think
Yeah.
about the tweet too, you would know it's personal. Do you
I
understand?
think
Because
we
his
should
last
hold on
tweet
like we
was
normally do.
well,
Let's
we
hold on
should,
and
but
see.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, I don't think we
Because
should
right
put
now
it-
everyone is coming
because
up
the
with
same
so many
suspect
theories.
is from his gang. It's not a rival gang. You understand?
So there you go. Wow. All right. Okay. Enough about Nipsey. Time to introduce who our studio guest is.
Sorry,
and to
before
give
you do, let me show my age. What does slay mean?
Slaying. Go ahead. Tell us.
Well, let's introduce you first, then I'll
Okay.
tell you what slaying is.
It's a promise.
Okay, so time to give you a quick glimpse into the life of our studio guest. He's a veteran in the Nollywood business and hails from Lagos State, but actually graduated in Uniport with a degree in theatre arts. He has also worked as a broadcaster on both the Ogun State Broadcasting Corporation and Ogun State Television, and that was all prior to his acting debut in 1986. He has acted in both Nollywood productions and major TV series. He was nominated for Best Actor in a Supporting Role at the 2013 Nollywood Movie Awards. Some of his movies include The Tribunal, Hanatu, a short film, Heroes and Zeros, October 1, Banana Island Ghost, and many more. His latest work is actually titled Fourth Republic, which is due in the cinemas from the 12th of April, and is an action-packed thriller which tells the tale of a political aspirant, Mabel King, who petitions a tribunal for the seat of governor that she believes was stolen from her. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome popular Nigerian actor and a true showman with absolute hilarious clout, Bimbo Manuel.
Drum rolls.
So that was me you were talking about.
Yeah, that was
I
you.
didn't recognize
That was
myself.
all you.
I didn't recognize. Welcome to the show.
But was that all true though? Because sometimes we get
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, largely,
largely.
yes.
Okay.
Do you still want to know what slaying means?
Yes, please.
I mean, you are slaying
Especially
at
from
60.
you.
Ooh. nice.
But he's actually 61.
Man.
Who's up to date now? Yeah,
Yes, you're slaying.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Does
People
that
who
work?
drink tea, yes.
Yeah, you slay.
Okay, so guys, where
So how
do
do
we
you
start?
keep up with the good looks at 60? You know, you haven't changed the beats. I grew up watching you. I wasn't even born when you started acting, and I grew up watching you, and you're still looking so good. How do you manage to remain so vibrant and healthy at the same time?
It's not complex. Honestly, it's not complex. It's just eat pounded yam, very rich egusi soup. You know, yes.
On a daily basis, on a monthly
If
basis?
if it's available on a daily basis, I'll
Do you
do it.
pound the yam though?
Yeah, but it's healthy. It's healthy. Don't overeat, you know. And I guess it's just grace, if you like. Yes, I'm an extremely active person, so I guess I burn a lot of it. Just getting around and doing stuff. That's right.
Okay, let's start from the very beginning, because you actually started in broadcasting, I think, before you ventured into acting, or you can correct me if I'm wrong.
You're very correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so what led to this decision to actually get into acting? Because from what I hear, or from what I gather, you were good at broadcasting, and you went from radio to TV. So
Yes. Okay, it was actually in the course of work, like you guys are doing now. The transmission director, I liked to visit his booth, and I just loved the array of screens and buttons on the consoles, you know. I said I had to be a director. I just had to be a director. And there were not very many television and film schools then. The closest was a theater school, and that's what I chose. There were not enough directing jobs in theater at that time to go around and put food on everybody's table. So naturally, acting became the next choice.
Okay, so a natural progression there.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
And I've not looked back since then.
Let's talk about your new project, Fourth Republic. Tell
Yes.
us about
Okay.
this project. And
Why
what-
don't we actually take a quick look?
Okay,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
we should.
So yes, let's take a quick look at a clip of Fourth Republic, just to show you what it's all about. And then when we come back, hopefully Bimbo Manuel will be telling us more about it. So let's take a quick look at Fourth Republic, the preview.
The thing about the people is that money comes first. The struggle to compete with the hunger man's thirst. Everybody hustling for the other man's purse. They snatch it up to find out it ain't really what it's worth. Corruption sipping deep to the blood is the hoping for the days we could change in our ways. Running in with crisis to come a man's trail. And yet we paved the way for the ones to take our place.
There is fire in you that I really like.
Were you raised to be stupid?
Object war.
Hoping for the better days. Hoping for the better days. Hoping for the better days.
Don't pretend you didn't know what was going to happen here.
Hoping for the better days. Hoping for the better.
How can you trust her?
I can't. She's a politician.
Hoping for the better days.
Okay, so that was a quick clip of Fourth Republic with all of the big names, including.
wait to see that.
Exactly. All right, so if back to your question.
Yeah, tell us about the movie and what was the concept behind this?
This Fourth Republic, I think the driver would be better expressed by the producers and the director, but from someone who got the benefit of reading and playing in this project, I think it's a piece that's just right for this season. We're just coming out of elections and so on, and this was done to key into that season, talk to everyone about the things that we need to bend our minds to when these elections come, when the politicians come, all the little things that go on behind the scenes that we're not privy to, It's a story of a lady who genuinely just wants to do good to the society from a good position, that the position of a governor. But the system is not going to allow her. She'll be upsetting a bit too many apple carts. and I happen to be the bad guy.
The villain.
And you were on the opposition party.
That's right. You know, the bad guy who makes sure that none of those things happen.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
yes.
Let me quickly.
And I enjoyed it.
Okay.
For once in my life, I was a bad guy.
So,
Considering you were the angel in Banana Island.
I like to say, is it really enjoyable to play the bad guy? You know, because
See,
yeah?
Tukumbo,
Yes.
someone has to play the bad guy.
Yeah.
They live with us. They live on our streets. Maybe even in the flat above, you know.
Okay.
They live with us.
Okay.
Someone has to play the bad guy.
Okay, let me ask you what I was going to ask before that. You know, I was going to say that Fourth Republic, the main character is Mabel King, who is played by Kate Henshaw. You know,
Henshaw, yes.
now, when we do Nollywood movies, it's usually a reflection of what actually happens in society, you know. So I'm like, we don't have that many female governors at the moment. So I don't know, is that really a reflection of today's Nigerian political society?
It's aspirational.
Okay.
It's aspirational. And I think it's one of those strong messages that Fourth Republic is pushing. It's a statement, actually. It's something that we need to bend our minds to. We don't even have any female governor in this country, but you also don't have any female president in the US, you know. You don't have a lot of them all over Europe. But that doesn't also imply, especially in this age, that women have told the men to go to the kitchen. So let them go to the places where the men used to be. But, you know, seriously now, I think it is something that, and that's why I said it's aspirational, I think it is something that we all need to bend our minds to, letting everyone on merit be able to aspire to any position.
Regardless of gender.
Exactly, regardless of gender, regardless of station in life. If you have the competence to deliver, then please let us allow such people.
In all honesty, do you think Nigeria is ready for a female president?
I don't see why not, really. Whether the system will allow it is another thing. Whether the women folks themselves will also permit it is another thing, you know. But if you have women who had blue chip companies that are global in size and so on, how much different is that from running a country or a state, you know? Especially when you have your ministers and directors, everybody of good quality, assumed, you know, why not?
All right, before we ask our next question, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll be continuing our conversation with veteran Nollywood actor Bimbo Manuel. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Next up is a continuation of our interesting conversation with veteran Nollywood actor Bimbo Manuel. Okay, so who was going to ask a question before the break?
Sorry, before you go on, I need to ask this question off the back of what you said. You enjoyed playing the bad guy.
Yes.
So does that mean you have an understanding, or when we talk about those that are supposedly the bad guy in reality, you have an understanding of how they feel and why they want to hold on to power?
It's not understanding the person. It's in the understanding of the concepts that drive them, the situations and scenarios that we have heard that they have been in. And it is the snippets, those little snippets of I heard this, oh, I saw that, and so on, that actually pull together to form the creation of that character. The story says one thing, describes the man in a particular way, puts him in scenarios that he has to do some things, and as an actor, you begin to fill in the gaps so that it lifts off the pages of a script and becomes. So it's not as if it's not as if it is easy. It's also not as if you know those things for sure. Usually they just, some of them are conjecture, actually, but yeah.
Just get into character.
Yes.
And I presume the training you had at Uniport would have helped a great deal.
That's the best school.
Okay,
Or was the best school.
Was that the reason why you went there? Because I thought you being born in Lagos, you having lived in Ogun State, to go all the way to Port Harcourt.
Oh, by the way, I had lived in every part of this country.
Okay.
I know everywhere. I've been everywhere. Yes, I've been in Damaturu, I've been in Maiduguri, I've been in Sokoto, I've been on the border, I've been everywhere. I lived in every part of this country. So the distance didn't mean anything. It was just the first school that took me, actually.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's because I was wondering what was the truth comes out.
Talking about education.
Yes.
There's an interview.
I didn't go to school.
I know you did. There's an interview you granted where you said, they asked if you have any regrets, and you said if there is any, it would be education-wise.
Yes.
Would you want to explain that?
Oh, I have very few passions. And education happens to be one of the few that I have. I love reading, I love education. I hoped growing up that I would end up in the university, in a research institute or something, just lock the door, and pour stuff all over test tubes and so on, yes. But then I got hooked on the arts. I was a science student. Yeah, my best grades in secondary school actually were in the sciences. But I got in the arts and hey, here we are.
All right, so let's come back to this movie because the concept of the movie borders around the concept of feminism. So would you say you're a feminist?
I think that even the women are confused about what feminism is.
Okay, and when you say that, elaborate, because we have viewers who are watching and I'm like, okay, what on earth are they talking about? So what's your concept of feminism and why do you think they are confused?
See, I don't know in the first place who came up with the idea of feminism. So I struggle to even understand what the concept is. And that's why I said even women are confused about what it is. It is what they articulate as the definition of feminism, as a concept.
So is it safe to say everybody's confused about feminism?
This is what I would say. I
think what he's saying is that it's relative. It's relative.
See, I was brought up to respect women and to be fair to all men, irrespective of gender or station in life. And if feminism, as I've heard in a couple of places about giving women not just respect, but a fair chance at every situation, I think it's flogging a dead horse, because that's what we were doing all of this time anyway, you know. So why it has to become a movement just flummoxes me, you know. Even they can tell me what it is. When I tell them this, look, I've always respected you. I've always been fair. I do not visit you with violence, even if I'm physically stronger than you, and so on. And you cannot use every demented male that does things wrong to you as measure to estimate me, you know. So let's look at the larger number of men and the way they treat women and be fair to them as well, and say, yeah, let us focus on the people who are bad. They're human beings as well. It is not about gender. There are some women even who are more ruthless, meaner towards fellow women than men can ever be.
Okay, all right. I wish we had more time to ask more questions, but unfortunately we're out of time. That's precisely where we're going to wrap up this morning. We're back later this afternoon with a brand new episode of the program. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors, Elsie and Ife, the entire production team as well, including our guest, Nollywood actor Bimbo Manuel. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And please, folks, don't forget to go hit the cinemas 12th of April. Yes, when Fourth Republic breaks in the cinemas. We'll be there.
Okay, and Tokumbo Tai was saying thanks for watching.